know how to push all my buttons. Moved out of town and I erased your number, but still I find myself calling in the middle of the night, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite. I try to fight you off, but it's so useless. You circle around me like the moon around the earth, always ending with a kiss. I'm clueless. We pretend that we don't really care at all, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly opposite. You got my like two magnets, we are drawn to each other. You just know how to push all my buttons. Moved out of town and I erased your number, but still I find myself calling in the middle of the night, and there is nothing I can do. I am madly drawn to you. I know you feel the same. You got my heartstrings tangled, tangled up. You got my heartstrings vibrating for you now. There's something more, but you don't want to admit it. Whoa, we're perfectly
Y'all, my table's a mess. I've been a hot mess since Saturday. And I just left it like it was. And I find it a little funny. But Liz got first. Heck yeah. And Mama Who, 50 streaks through stream. What? What? Also, a couple of my kiddos made me stuff for mothers. Yay. What? No, really, they did. How sweet is that? We are continuing the Hope for the Day charity event until, you know, throughout the end of the month, you know. I might sound a little off. I'm okay. I'm feeling all right. Scratchy throat. It's fine. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. It's great. You know, if you know, you know. Ready? Here you go. How's it going, though? Hi, Sammy and Mama Who. And like I said, Liz and Happy Kitten and Jade and everybody else that might be around. How's it going? I'll turn on closed captioner in a second. Stream closed captioner about. I went to this screen. I don't know why. Like, what's wrong with me? I have no idea. Everything. But hi, how's it going? We're just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna mess around. Hi, Reese Cup, how's it going? Oh, that's why I want to make sure there's nothing bad on my table. That's why. Because it's a mess. Like I said, I am feeling alright. It's been a long 2 days at work. It has, let me tell you. Ooh, streaking 3 times through chat, I approve. Somebody wants to come over. It's going good, it is. Got news that tomorrow's the one kid's last day. Yeah, I'm happy about that. This girl is such a sweet. She is. I love her so much. Oh, yeah. Oh, do you got it? That's Child soon. Rabbit, hello, how are you? Child's gonna be here soon. So, you know, PB Cup made me. Right? And then I'm like, if I open it, will something jump out? He goes, no, I promise. I'm like, that scares me even worse. Hello. But nothing jumped out, so I was okay with it. But he made the envelope too. And then, look at that, he's so cute. I gotta figure out how to put that back in. I forget. I'll do it like that for now. Not right. But then, baby girl upped her game this year. I mean, last year the poem was amazing. But, I got you. She made me some flowers. She actually went out and got sticks and painted the sticks. How cute is that? But then, I lost, no, it's there. Now, if you don't know, I love elephants. I love elephants. And she made me an elephant. It's so cute. Ooh, that is a hydrate. And yes, I could use that hydrate. Maple doesn't like the elephant because I won't let her have it. She did excellent. I am so happy about that. So, charity is still up and running. We got $800 on Saturday. That is amazing. More of these came in. So yeah, we got lots of those to do. What else? What else has happened? I have no idea. I got lots of garbage on my... But, yeah, our next thing is a 12-hour stream at $1,000. We'll go to the table. Y'all can see how messy my table is. Look at that mess. Would you expect anything else? No, I didn't think so.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once?
There's that hydrate. Totally forgot.
And I knew it would get catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told.
Oh, that's first. We need that. But now, maybe we'll just clean the table and hug the puppy. What do we think?
I gotta stay here for some time.
Gosh, I did that again. I did that earlier, and then I'm like, it's alright, it won't be that bad. Yes, I did it again. He's such a snuggle. But yeah, long day. We bowled 6 games last night because we had to make up from missing it last week because baby girl wasn't there. But so we have a choice. We have the Winter Dragon still, or we have the Dragon Ball Z guy. I'm not eating that right now. Kinda hungry. Hubbard's making food though, so don't worry. I will eat soon. This is my new cord for my Eve spinner because, well, guess who lost the part of the other cord, well, power supply, that goes from the box to the wall? Me. That's why I was using a different one. Yeah, that happened. Okay, I think that's good enough. I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend it. It's a smog. Okay, so where's my my Chromebook's over here. Seriously? I'm here for that. I want to try that. Obviously not right now. But that sounds exciting. You got this. I knew Atomic Spacey spun. I didn't know that tiny though. So this, I did make it to the next part of the cardi. There's nothing in there for you. But also, I have less than 400 stitches on the frame. Less than 400. Or less than 500, I'm sorry. Yeah, how awesome's that? I think there's back stitching here too, but you know. Ooh, that would be awesome. That would be a good idea. I mean, yeah, because Cardi's gonna be done this month. Guaranteed almost. Like, yeah. Well, it will. It's guaranteed gonna be done. Because it needs to be done. So we're gonna work on that, I think, tomorrow. I do have a sore throat. It's alright. I'm okay. It's fine. It's been a long couple days. I don't think I specified what I was gonna work on today. Did I? I think it was only crochet. Thing. But let's do this. Oh, I can't spell. Okay, we got 3 minutes on the poll. Vote away. Chaos voting is there. Arsenic, hello, how are you? I hope all is well in your corner of the world. I think it's 3 minutes for the poll. Also, we got the one piece hair piece. Yep, Getting over being sick. Yeah, I have something funny going on. Sore throat and sinuses. Could be allergies, but I take Allegra. I don't think it works too well. And puppy cuddles. Try that we need a mate. Got Krillin? Okay. Oh. Gohan? Gohan! Just in case we want to do Dragon Ball Z. Why? Because, yeah.
This love has never been stronger. I'm up in the clouds when you're around. But when you're not, it's getting much harder. And I'm falling down, down, I'm falling down. I see your face.
Gonna be a good day, I promise. Or it's gonna be just one of those days. You never know, right? Make it the best day though. Oh, that's right. It reset automatically earlier. Open. 3 sets of release notes, spinning the yarn, laundry's going. Workout needs to happen soon. Then back to Arsenic's commission. Yes, that color is gorgeous. Without a doubt, gorgeous. Quilt. Should have been sent out this morning. Right? Baby girl, can you just drop this at the mailbox on your way to the bus? Yeah, mama, it's alright. Yeah. Ooh, the Winter Dragon. Okay. That's all right. I got the right one. I love you, me. There we go. My girl, you was just outside. Also, I have to update this because I did not update this the other day, Saturday. But there we go. We're at 58 items finished. Last year around this time, I think we were like at 30, I think. Yeah. But now, incentives. Or not. Where's my incentives? Hold on. Oh, I know. Ha ha ha. Hi, Hioni. How's it going? I hope all's well in your corner of the world. Post it. Okay, here we go. Now incentives are still not there. What the heck? There. Now they are. Right there. Oh my gosh, cat. Hi, how's it going? Ooh, that's in front of my face, isn't it? Look, it matches. It matches everything. How's it going? And in high vintage? Or vintage? AKA Cat's mom. I know that. We're gonna work on Frosty the Winter Dragon. Which, I got these cool containers. Right, look at this. So, when I'm working on stuff, like, they're like little kid ones. Like, look at this. Aren't they cute? That's alright. She's a mom. So it's allowed. But aren't these cute? Cat, I'm pretty sure your mother knows you. I'm pretty sure about that. I mean, oh, well, that's good.
So we go running straight into the waves. I have heard that the heavens favor the brave.
See?
We're too late.
Okay, why is this not working? I give up. Not really. True. But yeah, there's these. These are cute. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I think $10 I got like 10. If $10, I don't know. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Right? Exactly, see? Rabbit knows. That list is long. Right? That's alright. It's fine. Just let it happen. Oh gosh, that was the wrong button. I don't know how I made it. Oh, I don't. Never mind. It's fine. It's all fine. Everything is fine. Or not. I'm not sure anymore. But my nose hurt. That's about it. In my throat. Hi, Drifty Allison. How's it going? Knows you. Weird sense of humor, right? She's got stories. 10 out of 10. But we like the weird stories. I mean, all the stories. It's funny because my mom called me the other day. She's sending a new Kindle Fire my way. She's like, you, baby girl, whatever. I'm like, okay. And, then, you know, we get talking, and she's like, and how's the kid? So I tell her, and she's like, you know, I never had to tell you to clean your room. I'm like, yeah, now you should see my craft area. 50 Allison, and thank you for that word. Oh, tail is done. I knew that. Looking for the hat. The hat, I think it's... I don't know anymore. Pretty sure. Oh, I'm selected for a credit card offer. Good thing that one didn't get delivered. Alright. Beepers, I have so much stuff on my teeth. What happened? Oh, chaos. That's right, right? Oh, okay. It works, right? Yeah, keep it PG-13, yes. And I appreciate that. Hi, Sam. How's it going? I don't remember what round I was on because I don't know where that sticky note is, so we're just gonna count. I mean, yeah. Probably a lot. On row 25.
Friends tell me that I should move on and try and forget. But this is not another tragic love saga that dies in.
How's it going? It's going as good as can be. Somebody, myself, has some going there. How many eye rolls? Probably more than Cat wants to admit. I mean, that's just a guesstimate. You excel and I wrote right. That's alright. Kat, how are you feeling? Good, awesome. Happy to hear that. So if by chance anybody here does not know what Hope for the Day is, or AF or HFTD, Hope for the Day, it's a charity that is trying to make mental health awareness more out there. I need a sticky note. I have one right here, but I'm using that. My table's a mess. 316? Awesome. Wait, on what one? Because, yeah. I'm trying to keep track of everybody's stitches, but, well... Oh! Awesome.
Does it take to be happy? How many times do you have to feel lonely before you get the chance to meet someone?
I love that. Oh, I should work on one of those sometime this month. I say that as though I have a bajillion, right? Well, I can use. Yeah, I figured. I mean, life gets in everybody's way. Why? Because why not, right? That makes sense. I think so too. Pretty sure. Which kind of stinks. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But you were still all over the place, just not crafting yourself. Hey, that was not a hair. I don't know what that was. Why is it sticky? Ugly. Yeah. Which is alright. And honestly, you were technically you were crafting. You were making an amazing project. It just took like most of the year. No, I think it's the honey that I put in my coffee cup. Oh, it's tea today. It's alright. It's